Well, hello again, you spooky darlings and fans of the macabre, and welcome back to Musey's Modern Dreadfuls and Tales of Terror. Today, I've got a treat for you and a treat for me, and you know that always means I will be featuring the brilliant author and friend of the channel, Hyperobscura. This one is called Where Monsters Crawl to Die. Some monsters follow you wherever you go, like invisible shadows, in essence, a dark extension of who you are. Your anger, your fears, nightmares, anxieties, shame, all compressed into a dismal cyst of black energy. Patchwork Nellie was my cyst. She first appeared under my bed when I was 5 years old. Her presence made known to me through a haunting melody. Like a low-pitched hum and whistle. I made the mistake of looking under my bed exactly once. She was made of hanging skin and broken bones and flesh and sinew, but none of the gruesome jigsaw pieces seemed to fit together. Stitched up, haphazardly bandaged, she came crawling toward me on crooked limbs. Her eyes, one a dull gray, the other a crimson red, burrowing into mine. I let out a panicked shriek before hiding behind the impenetrable fortress of my blanket. My blanket. I could hear her raspy breath not inches away, but the ancient rules of the bedtime kingdom applied. She could do me no harm as long as my limbs remained hidden. Nellie proceeded to lurk around my chambers for what felt like an eternity, but eventually crawled back home. She visited me every night after that, but as long as I lay perfectly still under my covers, she'd sooner or later tire, and I'd drift off to anxious sleep. But the night the monster died was different. I'd been tossing and turning for hours, the inevitable return of Nellie, like needles prodding at my brain. I suppose I must have made a ruckus, because I soon heard footsteps outside my door, followed by the discordant creaking of it opening slowly. I heard Nellie's eerie melody creeping into my ears from under the bed. "You shouldn't be awake," my father said darkly, his harrowing frame casting threatening shadows on the floor. "It's late." He took one step into the room, and I winced internally, a sudden rush of dark memory and hurt and guilt and pain washing over me. Patchwork Nellie's hoarse voice slithered into my ears. "Violence," she whispered. "Close eye. Fall in sleep. You never learn, do you?" My father snarled hatefully. Before he could take another step Patchwork Nellie was on him like a rabid razor blade. Thin claws of bone and steel and fire, teeth like long, jagged needles, ripping my father open from head to toe. Blood soon covered the floor, walls, and ceiling, and my father's desperate screams faded to pathetic whimpers and sobs and tortured grunts. He started crawling then, wheezing, coughing, crying, a thick trail of blood following him like a relentless shadow of pain. He crawled back to the comfort of the darkness and the filth and the sludge and the scum. He crawled back, forgotten and alone, crawled back to where monsters go to die. Patchwork Nellie returned under my bed where she's been ever since. Sometimes, though, when I'm with someone new or in an unfamiliar place, I'll hear her sweet melody in the dark. La 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 la. And when I hear it, I know I'm safe. But wait, there's more. Yes, you've hit bonus story time. But first, let me thank Hyperobscura for allowing me to present to you guys Where Monsters Go to Die. And now, the thing about corpses. The thing about corpses is that they don't make a sound if you gag them proper when you keep them around. When you keep them around, they'll keep others away. They really don't like it when you have the dead on display. The thing about corpses, when push comes to shove, is that they're not really corpses if you treat them with love. If you treat them with love, you'll soon come to think that they're awfully cuddly, even though they do stink. The thing about corpses is that they don't hug you back, but if they suddenly do, I'd still cut them some slack. They've been buried for days, some for months, some for years, and indeed quite a few still have worms in their ears. The thing about corpses is that they're awfully kind, but they're careless and smelly and irrevocably blind. So make sure that you offer them plenty of room before you herd them all into your own private tomb. The thing about corpses that you don't often see is when they throw their heads back and cackle with glee. Should they cackle with glee, there's just one thing to do. Shove a knife in their ear and push it all the way through. The thing about corpses is that they're not really alive. They needn't food, air, nor water to fester and thrive. Should they crave any of these, I would issue this call. Maybe, just maybe, they're not corpses at all? The thing about corpses, a truth that rings true, is that they never have ever really cared about you. We use them as cattle, as guard dogs and friends, but they should really not matter to you in the end. The thing about corpses that we all sadly know is that they stopped being corpses a long time ago. To remedy this, stick something sharp in their brain, and we can make sure they all become corpses again. The thing about corpses in this day and age is that we are the corpses, all stuffed in our cage. And though they outnumber us thousands to one, we will never surrender until thousands are none. And that was the thing about corpses. And I think that's a nice little treat for all my fellow zombie lovers. I admit it, I watch The Walking Dead to this day, with or without Rick. I also watch Fear the Walking Dead because Morgan Jones is one of my favorite characters. And actually, I met Lenny Jones, and I don't know, I'm loyal like that. And he's a great actor. Oh my God, I love Lenny James. But, yeah, I did a project with him. It's so tiny, it's not even worth mentioning. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that last bit. And that's it for today, my loves. Yippee-ki-yay, Musey lovers. I will talk to you soon. I have a great surprise coming up, especially if you're a fan of The Walking Dead. No, I did not suddenly get cast. Now it's ending, for sure. But, hey, if AMC wants to call me, I'm happy to do a screen test. Done plenty of them, so I can do it over the computer. Give me a call. Anyway, loves, I've had a kooky day trying the birds and motorcycles and fire trucks. You know how that it'll make me a little loopy, and that's how I'm feeling. But have a great one, and I will be back very soon with more tales of terror, or just me being goofy. All right, love y'all. Bye.